When your chef friend from England calls you and tells you he's coming to Bangkok and he wants you to take him for Thai street food, you can't just take him to any old street food joint, especially when he turns up wearing one of your t-shirts. So today I'm taking you and my friend to two absolute street food classics in Bangkok. Let's go. Guys, this is what I come for. If you think that I've shown you some friendly locals these last few episodes, Porn Chai, #1, absolute legend. All right, guys, first stop, we're at Khiang Empire Radna, a famous Radna and Padu shop on the busy Pet Kasem Road. Now, you might walk past this place if you didn't know it was here, but now you know it's here, you'll never walk past it again. I couldn't think of a better first stop on our little Thai food adventure. Let's go. Here ครับ เอาผัดซีอิ๊ว1 จานนะครับเส้นใหญ่นะครับแล้วก็รัดหน้าเส้นใหญ่นะครับ1 จานนะครับท่านี้นะขอบคุณครับ So here he's gonna make the radna. So we've got your pork stock over here. In goes that marinated pork. In the kana, it's already been stir-fried with the garlic and the yellow bean paste, and then he's just poured that back into this lovely mix. He's then going to take a big dollop of his tapioca flour roux. And that is ready to go over these stir-fried rice noodles, a bit of dark soy sauce. Some of that lovely, gooey, gummy sauce. Right, so we're going to start off by half frying, half boiling that pork. And eventually all this moisture is going to evaporate. And that little bit of moisture is keeping that egg nice and juicy. In goes that rice noodle, a little bit of siyodam. Right, so on top of the old school place next door, we've also got a nice air-conditioned section. You ready for this, mate? Alright guys, so as you might have noticed already, I have been, for some of you more old school viewers, I have been to this shop before. This was the first place I ate after Finley was born, so that was 4.5 years ago when I had about 2.5 subscribers. So I thought I'd bring you back here today with James, the chef who travels, chef from the UK, so I couldn't have just brought him to any old street food joint. I had to take you to the best. So for me, this has got to be top 5 Radna and Pad See Ew that I've had anywhere in Bangkok.
High praise.
High praise. I think I put a bit too much pressure on myself, but what I'd like you to do first, James, if you don't mind, is try these virgin, if you will, with nothing on, and then I'll pimp them to my taste. I know you've watched a few of my videos. He's got the No Chili No Life t-shirt on.
Tell you what, it's comfy in this weather as well. Definitely a good t-shirt for out here.
Great quality, fast shipping. You only have to wait 3.5 years, and links are in the description.
It's definitely a texture you wouldn't necessarily get in the UK, unless maybe cold Sunday gravy is probably the best way of describing it, or like a lor mee in Singapore. So it was thickened, you said, with tapioca starch or tapioca
starch. It can be corn flour, it can be rice flour.
That is really nice though. It is gloopy. It is very sticky in the mouth. But it's very clean, meaty flavor. A little sweetness from that sugar that you put in there as well. With those noodles that have already been in the wok, I believe, as well, getting a bit of that wok hay, you get a smokiness from those noodles, but definitely needs a little Gary pimp.
Is this a dish you're familiar with?
I've seen it, but I've not actually had it.
So this is a dish I'll eat anywhere, but if you want a really, really good version, always go to somewhere that specialises in Radna.
Yeah, you can see the color that they get on those noodles. Right, really good. Straight off, you can taste that wok hay from those noodles. It's a little eggy. That pork is ridiculously tender from that marinade that they've got going on at the side. A little bit of greens to make you feel good. And again, just a little sweetness. I think it's crazy how many dishes have a sweetness as a base. That people think Thai is all spicy. But there's so many levels of different ingredients and flavors that they have. That these are both relatively sweet, but definitely need to spice it up.
All right, so let's have a look at our usual suspects. We've got the nampa fish sauce, we've got pikbon chili flakes, we've got your normal nam som, but in here we've got the one that you'd kind of see with the khao more, minus the garlic. We are gonna go and get that in a second, so I'll show you, but this is a very sour pounded red chili number you don't usually see with Radna. So we're going to put a bit of that on. I like mine nice and sour. I'm going to go chili vinegar. We're going to go chili flakes. How spicy can you go, mate?
I don't mind.
You're going as spicy as
I can go as far as till I can.
Yes. I'm going to go with a little bit of fish sauce just on the pad see ew, just to cut that sweetness a touch, because I like mine very, very salty. I'll hit it with a bit of white pepper as well. And then we'll see what you think of that, mate.
Lovely.
Now we've pimped this up a little bit, we're gonna have a go. So I'm gonna go with the pad see ew first. Now this shop in particular, although I do think personally this is the best pad see ew in Radna, one of them anyway, top 3, I'm gonna say top 3 that I've had from my personal taste here. It also just invokes a lot of memories for me, because as I said, my son was born next door, come out in an absolute pickle. I didn't know what day it was, I've been up for about 3 days, come in here, and it just brings back them kind of memories. But if the noodles weren't good, obviously I wouldn't come back. You're right, it's got that background sweetness. Now it's a little bit sour, quite salty because I put quite a bit of fish sauce on, but I like to balance that sweetness with something salty or spicy or sour, or preferably all 3. You're right, the egg in here, it is a very eggy dish, but the egg in here, usually I would like my egg to be charred, right? So you'd have the big fat lumps like...
almost like scrambled.
Scrambled, but here, where he's put it in with that little bit of liquid at the start, it's just really soft and scrambled, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of almost used the egg as thickening, similar to the yellow curry and crab we had the other day.
Yeah, yeah.
Just smooth kind of texture. So obviously I'm a big fan of sweet, salty, spicy, but just one flavor, one monotone flavor is not nice.
Yeah.
But the addition of like you say, the fish sauce, that sort of sour vinegar chili, and then that dry chili heat, which is almost a little smoky as well. It makes it all really good. But like I was saying, that's not to do an injustice to the original dish. It is exceptionally good.
All right, guys, we're gonna finish our 2 dishes here, then we're gonna take you to the next stop, and this next stop is an absolute killer, guys. What do you reckon? Good first stop?
That's a wicked first stop. I mean, I could just go there and have the same again 2 more times.
2 more times. We've got quite a long walk. All right, next stop, Lue Pork Leg. Sawadee krab. Mama, do you know Ellis?
Yeah.
Ellis gave him that the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ellis. All right, guys, everyone like, share, and subscribe. So my little mate. So this is my man. He pon chaiนะครับ. Makes the best khao mo in Bangkok. อร่อยที่สุดในกรุงเทพ สวัสดีครับ The nicest man ever in Bangkok street food history. But it's not just Khao Khan Mall, they've got the lot here, guys. Right, it's all going on here, guys. Look at that hunk of meat. Woo! Whole leg. The smell, guys. I wish I could press a button for you guys. Look at this. Oh, those whole spices, all those lovely bits of garlic, all that porky goodness.
Good.
Guys, this is what I come for. If you think that I've shown you some friendly locals these last few episodes, Thon Chai, #1, absolute legend. So you got all the famous TV channels, all the famous bloggers. I need to get my photo up there. All right, we've got a little bit of an extra nampalo, beautiful, rich soup.
It is so good, man. I think there's so much flavour in that pork that that extra bit of sauce just kind of makes everything a bit softer. Flavour-wise, it's so permeated through that pork that the flavour's already there, 100%.
Right, whack on a little bit of that chili vinegar. Now, if on it, I have to be honest in my videos, yeah? I have to be.
How much is it?
So, no, it's not spicy, but if I would have to critique this place with one thing, for my personal preference, this chili vinegar in here is a little bit too sweet for me, but like I'm really being picky there.
Yeah, it's not as fresh a flavour as you get from some of the others that are just sugar, just vinegar and chili.
Yeah.
There is a sweetness in there, almost like a sriracha or a sweet chili flavour.
Yeah, there you go.
But again, like I don't think this dish is overly sweet in comparison to the other ones. I think it holds up well.
Yeah, for sure.
But it is, or could be, too sweet. I can see how that is, especially for someone that doesn't like sweet.
But
I don't mind a bit.
Yeah. Really, it doesn't really need it, does it?
Not when you got those little tiny bird's eyes.
All right, this one I'm really excited for you to try here because this is not, like as I said, something you're going to find everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's thick, creamy, rich, coconut cream based curry. You've got that winter melon, thin slices of pork, quite heavy on the fish sauce.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, those peanuts. So try that.
You can certainly smell the peanut.
It's almost,
Sort
it's almost satay-like, but without the sweetness.
Yeah.
Right, Thai satay is quite sweet, right? Can be a bit sickly actually.
Yeah.
But this, as I said, it's quite salty because it's prominent with fish sauce.
That's really nice. I've not had a winter melon in a curry here before. I have seen it on multiple channels. But yeah, you can certainly taste that it's got that fish sauce base in there. But it's really creamy.
Really creamy, isn't it? And the winter melon's almost like Swede-like, isn't it?
I originally thought it was like a radish or a potato when I saw it.
Yeah, 100%. And we've got dessert as well. I don't know about you, but I'm actually getting quite full here, mate.
I am feeling it.
But we've got to persevere because otherwise we're going to look rude. So let's try this duck. Because you've got this fresh in your mind, right? Because you went to my duck recommendation, didn't you?
Yeah.
And Dan took us to a duck one the other day, didn't he?
So we've got, yeah, I've eaten it almost every day, I think.
And then we've got this. This is just, again, gao lao. So this is no noodles, no rice. You have this on top of rice.
Yeah. I think I'd prefer this today, especially because everything is so filling. I think that beats the one the other day.
It does, doesn't it?
I don't think it beats the one from your first video.
The one from the video I did the other day, if you haven't seen it, honestly, yeah, I thought I'd overhyped it, but honestly, it was the best one I've had.
It was really, like, unbelievably good. I think the bit that I loved there was the duck crackling.
Oh.
They had fried duck skin in there.
Yeah.
They had some of the liver in there. They had, it was...
Had everything, didn't it? And then, oh yeah, so flavourful. Another fellow ginger, as you know, I've got an affinity for gingers because my son's ginger. Joe Parilla, do you know Joe Parilla?
I do. I've watched him many a time. I've watched all the food tours he's done with you guys as well.
2020. 2020, look how big I look. Wow. 2020. Do you know what? I was on the way, I remember this day, I was on the way to Saigon in Vietnam. So I was on the way to the train station, right, to get the train to Don Muang, and he pulled me in and I ate all this
Before you flew?
Yeah.
Wow, excess baggage.
One.
Is there Chinese celery in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
Chinese celery, bean sprouts, fried garlic.
I love Chinese celery.
Broth's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got a bit of sweetness to it. But nothing's overly sweet, is it? It's not like sickly sweet.
No. That's the thing, they do obviously use a lot of flour, a lot of sugar in their cooking. When you add meats and even the blood cakes, there's just a natural sweetness from the fats and the collagens. So you have a little bit of that and then you have a little bit of the sugar in there and it becomes almost sweet.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's certainly not too sweet. I also I think the one thing that this has that the other ones didn't, and even the first one, that had that crispy skin, this has more fat. You can feel that fat on your lips. It's kind of like when you get a really good beef noodle soup and you can feel all that collagen. You can get that sort of fat feeling on your lips, which I really like, because I like that little bit higher fat content in your soup.
100%.
I could just lie down on the back table.
Yeah, I reckon we're done here. Alright, I'm struggling here bad, but it would be rude not to try the Khao Lao. Right, the Khao Lao is just basically meat soup. It's almost like a guai jab nam sai without any rolled noodles. So we've got offal, we've got meatballs, we've got sliced pork, blood cake. Do we have any offal? I thought there was some tap in here. There's not. It's just stewed pork, pork mince, and blood cake. Oh yes.
Yeah.
So I think there obviously is some offal floating about.
Yeah, you can taste that.
There's a real offally flavour here. And the celery's quite pronounced as well. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very, I think Chinese celery, if anybody doesn't like celery back home, Chinese celery is a different
Yeah. That'll convert you. I mean, you could give this to anyone. Somebody a bit unsure about Thai food, you know what I mean? Your gran come over, you could feed her this, couldn't you? Just tell her
100%.
Just tell her it's an old pork stew.
Yeah. I think, again, that's the thing. Everyone thinks Thai food is spicy, super kind of out there with the ingredients. But for the most part, it's not. For the most part, it's comforting.
Yeah. 100%. I'll have another one of those chilies just to wash it down. Alright, I'm going to try and eat the meat out of this because otherwise it's going to get funny.
Yeah, I'm starting as I get full, my nose starts to get blocked.
Yeah.
And you end up kind of doing that.
Alright guys, we're going to try and make our way through this and we'll catch you outside. Alright mate, that was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Honestly, that felt like I was visiting the crazy uncle that every family has.
Absolute legend.
But
even if the food was rubbish, you'd still be like, what an experience.
100%. It's like, that's what people don't see about Thai culture. It's called the land of smiles.
Exactly
and
right.
he's a prime example of that. Like, it is all about making you comfortable and just providing something for you and just being, like he says, family. It very much is. Unbelievable.
So from a chef's perspective, how did we do today with the couple of choices that we went with?
I think we've done unbelievably well. 100%. Like, there's such a vast range of food as well in what was 50 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the winter melon soup, or the winter melon curry, sorry. And I mean, it's pork heavy, but the variances in all those dishes. So unbelievably good. Honestly, overjoyed, man. Overjoyed.
My man. All right, if you want to see a little bit more of this amazing technical breakdown, much better than I can do, guys, where are they going to find you?
Chef Who Travels. I'm on Instagram and YouTube, and I just basically do my best to travel the world and talk about food as technically and as accessibly as possible.
The man's history on food knows no bounds. So I will stick your links with everything in the description box below. Get following.
Thank you.
YouTube, IG, all that good stuff. And we will see you in the next one.